Hey guys, what's up? Coach Frank here at the Critical Bench Compound. And in today's video, we're back for part 3 of the Dumbbell Domination series. Yes, this is part 3, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk you through a lower body, dumbbell only workout. After this video, make sure to go back and check out part 1 and part 2, where we walk you through the full body and then the upper body. But this video specifically, like I said, guys, it's dumbbell only, lower body. So yes, it's all of our legs, hamstrings, quads, glutes. Also, we're incorporating some calves in today's workout as well. And I would say, who is this workout for? It's for you guys out there that are maybe identifying as a beginner early on in your training career, moderate or intermediate. You know, this is not for the advanced guys. You guys are gonna need to follow more of a body part specific split we're gonna get to at the end of this series. But guys, like I said, lower body dumbbell only workout. If you're training at home, if you're training at the gym, and you wanna work within the dumbbell section, there's a lot of things I really enjoy about dumbbells. It gives you better leverage, it gives you better ability to work through certain ranges of motions with some of the exercises. But we're gonna walk you through the 6 exercises in this workout, giving you some instructional cues and breaking down why it's set up in the way that it is. Our first exercise in this dumbbell only lower body workout is gonna be a dumbbell squat. And as you can see, guys, with this variation of a dumbbell squat, because we got a couple different of them in this workout specifically, this dumbbell squat is a traditional neutral stance. We're gonna hold the dumbbells by our sides. And what this is gonna do is this is just gonna really allow us to focus on the movement through the legs. We wanna get our quads, we wanna get our glutes, we wanna get our hamstrings really fired up, really incorporating, really working through the entire range of motion. Now with your feet, find the position where you're comfortable. I say neutral. For most people, that's slightly outside of shoulder width stance. And then in terms of toe positioning, most people need to have a little bit of a wide open stance, and this is gonna be dependent upon some of your specific mobility and specific flexibility. So it's hard for me to diagnose specifically what to do with the feet. Just work with your natural movement, your natural range of motion, and what feels good and what feels comfortable for you. If parts of this movement don't feel good, then stay away from those parts. But guys, we have the dumbbell squat is gonna be our first exercise in this lower body workout. Now with sets and reps, if you're a beginner, 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps. As you begin to progress through your training career, you can then advance to 4 sets, 5 sets. But because it's muscle building, because these are hypertrophy focused workouts, we're not going low reps. So we're not gonna hit 5, 6 reps, and we're not going super metabolic. So we're not getting into the 15, 20, 30 plus reps. We wanna train within that 8 to 12 reps. It's kind of the ideal range for every exercise within this workout. So our first exercise, guys, like I said, is gonna be the dumbbell squat, holding the dumbbells here at our side. Our second movement is gonna be a second variation of a squat, but we're gonna go heel elevated, and then we're gonna do a goblet squat. And the reason for the heel elevation is gonna allow us to get a further knee drive. And the reason we wanna drive our knees forward is to get our quads really involved in the movement. That is what we're looking to really hit with this exercise, is this front part of our legs, our quadriceps, right guys? And by allowing our knees to drive forward, the knees are what control the quadricep being involved in the movement. So the further we can get our knees driving forward over our toes, the more we're incorporating the entire quadricep into the movement. Second reason for elevating the heels is for those of you guys out there like myself that struggle with some ankle mobility. We struggle to get into the depths of the squat. So by elevating your heels, you add some mobility to your own ankles, allowing you to get deeper into the squat. So driving our knees forward, but bringing our glutes and hamstrings lower into the movement. So we got a dumbbell squat was the first exercise here, guys. Follow that up with a heel elevated squat, holding the dumbbell underneath our chin, guys. And this is gonna incorporate our core. We're gonna have to stabilize our spine. It's also gonna get our upper back slightly involved into the movement. I know I did say that this was a lower body exercise, but by just getting your upper back involved in the movement, you're just gonna further strengthen your upper back muscles. So dumbbell squat followed by heel elevated goblet squat, and then we're gonna move directly into a dumbbell RDL. This is getting our hamstrings and glutes into it. So first exercise was the entire legs. Second exercise was specifically working on our quadriceps. Now we're gonna bring our hamstrings and glutes into the exercise. A few cues here with the RDL is soft knees. We don't want a full bend. We don't want locked out knees. We want a soft bend in our knees. And with our hips, guys, what we're trying to do is as we begin to hinge at the hips, we want to focus on driving our glutes and hamstrings back to the wall behind us. This is going to lengthen out those hamstrings, and that's where the tension is really going to start to get applied to those muscles. So make sure you have a neutral spine, make sure your core is engaged, and the movement is coming at the hips. The minute you start to feel your upper back begin to rotate and roll, that's the end of your range. So hips, guys, focus on driving those hips to the wall back behind you. So we've got dumbbell squat followed by the heel elevated goblet squat, then into our RDL, and then our fourth exercise in this workout is going to be a dumbbell lunge. You can do these walking lunge if you have a track, if you have room in your gym, or you can do them in the stationary, which is how we've demonstrated them in this video. So stationary is just rotating opposite right, opposite left. You're staying in a stationary position. So the lunge is coming out, and then you're coming back. Both legs are moving. Both legs are working through this exercise. The front leg, once you land, that's gonna be where your stabilization is gonna come. And as you begin to drive that knee forward, just like we did with the heel elevated goblet squat, you're gonna get a lot of that quadricep involved in the movement. The back leg is going to be the support as you lunge forward. So that's going to have to take over the entire movement as you begin to extend forward. And then as you begin to drive yourself forward, that's going to lengthen out that back leg. So that's going to get some of the hamstrings, some of the glutes involved in the movement. So once again, guys, this is incorporating every single part of our legs into this movement. So we got the goblet squat, we got the heel elevated, we got the dumbbell squat, followed by the heel elevated goblet squat, into our dumbbell RDL, then into our dumbbell lunge. And then the fifth exercise is going to be a dumbbell hamstring curl. This is not an exercise that you see a lot of people performing, specifically if you're training at the gym, because most gyms are going to have a lying hamstring curl or a seated hamstring curl. But for those of you guys that are training at home and don't have access to that piece of equipment, this is a great way to simulate that movement. So it's a little bit difficult to get set up and to get into. You want to lay on the floor or lay on a bench. And if you have somebody that can help you position the weight in between your feet, that's great to have a training partner. If not, you're gonna have to play with this one a little bit and just find the comfort. But what you're looking to do is you're looking to hold the dumbbell in between your ankles. So you're gonna have to cross your feet over and make a secured brace there to lock that dumbbell in. Now, as you're extending the movement down to the back, you're focused on driving your feet. I always use the wall behind us as a great example. So as you're laying there, think about your feet are trying to touch the wall behind you. Now you wanna make sure through the entire movement that the front of your legs, your quadriceps, stay in contact. Whether you're laying on the floor or you're laying on a bench, you wanna make sure those quads stay in contact with the bench or with the floor. Now also make sure, guys, that you aren't using your lower back to initiate this movement. This is something I see a lot of people doing in hamstring curls at the gym, is they turn it into a lower back exercise. By coming up off the bench, you're getting so much of that lower back, and this is where people walk around. You see them get up from this movement, they're cringing and they're grabbing their lower back because they're not using their legs. So make sure, lower the weight if that's what you need to do, because it's not about how much weight you use, it's about how much tension you're applying to the muscle. So the dumbbell hamstring curl, guys, like I said, it's gonna take some work, it's gonna take some practice to really master the movement, but once you get it, it's gonna change your training if you've never done it before. And then the last exercise, guys, is gonna be a dumbbell calf raise. A lot of different variations you can do. You can hold the dumbbells up over your shoulders. You can hold them here at the side like I'm doing in the demo video. The big key here is to get yourself an elevated step. Whether it's a step like we have here at the compound or just a piece of plywood or a 2x4, you wanna have something that's gonna allow you to get a little bit further stretch at the bottom, really lengthening those calves out, and gives you something to push off of at the top. And that's where you're gonna be able to really squeeze and really contract those calves, okay, guys? So like I said, 3 sets if you're a beginner, 4 or 5 as you begin to progress through this movement, keeping all the reps at about that 8 to 12 rep range, guys. Like I said, muscle building, hypertrophy focus, you wanna be able to work within those 8 to 12 rep ranges. But really hope you guys enjoy this video. Just print it out, write it down. Like I said, if you're training at home, incredible. If you're looking to get a quick workout in at the gym, this is gonna be suffice for you as well. Now, if you guys are ready to take your training and you want more of this and you wanna take this to the next level and learn how to actually put this together in a structured program in a done-for-you follow-along series, what I want you to do, guys, I wanna direct you to click this card right here. We're gonna take you to our next video where we're gonna walk you through exactly how to put this together. But Frank Rich, guys, at the Critical Bench Compound, part 3 of the Dumbbell Domination series. Make sure to go check out part 1 and part 2 and stick around for part 4. We're gonna take you to the next level of our training, guys. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Frank Rich, we'll see you in the next one.